Here we go. This is item number 5 in my repair challenge series with my mate Vince. See if you can guess what's in the box before I get it open. One of the things I wanted to do in this repair challenge series is work my way up to getting, some expensive stuff. My last video was the PS4 Pro. I really wanted to see if I could get an Xbox One X because I thought that would be fun and kind of challenging to repair, but I didn't know if I would actually get to it. I didn't know if I could make the profit to afford that. But luckily for me, so far I have been able to make enough profit, and I was able to get a non-working Xbox One X from eBay. I bought this for $200. Here we go, and let's see what the problems are. Now, when I bought this, I knew that I wouldn't actually know what the problem was with it, as the seller didn't specify. They just said that there would be some sort of problem with it and it would be marked. And I see that it is marked right here. And it says no display. This is actually great news because no display, at least in my opinion, is usually easier to fix than things like a power supply problem. So hopefully this one will be an easy fix. I obviously don't know for sure. Let's take a look at a few things. First, the HDMI port. And from what I can tell, the port looks fine. So what I'm gonna have to do is get this thing plugged in so then we can see if it shows the display or not. Also, I do see that the seal actually hasn't been broken. So I'm hoping this ends up being a really good deal. Those of you that watch my PS4 Pro video know that I wasn't actually able to fix that. I am selling the parts off of it. I decided not to sell the entire console for parts to repair because with that no power problem on the motherboard, I knew there was some sort of damage there and I didn't want anyone to get their hopes up and then be super disappointed when they got it and it wasn't fixable. So I'm actually just selling the parts off of it. So I'm gonna see if I can at least make my money back. I think I might be able to. I've made about, I think, $60 so far, and some of the main things haven't sold yet, so I think we're gonna be fine on it. Now I'm gonna get this plugged in and see what it does. Okay, here we go. We've got our Xbox One X unboxed. First of all, let's see if it powers on, and then second of all, let's see, maybe there'll be a picture on the screen. If you remember my first item, the PS4 Slim, it said there was an HDMI problem. It actually turned on and showed it a display just fine, but there was a problem with the disk drive. So let's see what we figure out on this one. Good, we got the startup noise. That's good. Don't see anything on the screen. Let's make sure. Oh, here we go. What do we have? Oh, wow. Look at this. This is great. This is another one that came in with a display problem, and it so far displays just fine. Let's wait for a second here and make sure it starts up all the way. This would be great news for our repair challenge. As you guys know, my PS4 Pro that I got, I was not able to fix that. So that would be amazing if we could fix this for cheap, or we'll have to test the disk drive. Maybe there's nothing wrong with it. We'll see. Okay. And it's showing up. So I'll wiggle the HDMI cable with no problems at all. This is amazing. Let's check the disk drive. Let's see if the disk drive works. Disk drives on these are very expensive. They're over $100. Depending, you might be able to find them cheaper, but they're a lot of money. So I do hear it working what sounds like normally. And here we go, installing. Okay, that means the disk drive's working normally. So we've got a display, we've got the disk drive working. I'm gonna go through and hook to the internet, make sure it's completely updated, make sure there's no problems there, but this looks like an amazing deal. We bought this for $200, so I'm hoping we can make a good amount of money because I know Vince is really doing well on this challenge. So I'm gonna test this all and then I'll update you guys and see if we have a working console. So I plugged the controller in, the controller works and connects, which is awesome. Okay, of course we do need to update it. So that's gonna be the other thing, is it gonna update correctly? Let's give it a try and see what happens. Okay, we're seeing an update problem. Let's try again. Check our connection. It looks like the update might be working now. So I'm gonna keep it going here and we'll see if it updates. So it's still giving us a problem with the update. So what I'm gonna do is basically erase what's on the console and kind of start over, and then we'll see if we can get an update then. So this is looking a lot like the PS4 Slim I bought. When I turned it on, it seemed like everything is going fine. I tried to update it and do a few other things in the dashboard and it's starting to glitch out. So what I did is I turned it off and now I'm trying to turn it back on and I'm getting the no display. So this tells me that there's probably some sort of problem with the hard drive. So unfortunately, it's not quite as easy as just turning it on and it works. But the good news is that it looks like it's probably just a hard drive and that should be fairly easily replaceable. So let's get to my favorite part, the teardown. And done. Let's get it started up. Let's load the software on and then see if it'll work. Okay, we have the hard drive replaced. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Okay, we got the startup screen. That's good. Okay, this is normal for when the hard drive doesn't have the software installed onto it. So now what I have to do is install software on it to see if we can get it working. Now, any of you who might want to try this yourself, I highly recommend Andrew Paul's tutorial. I will link up Andrew Paul's channel in the description below, so please check that out. I also highly recommend his channel if you're doing console repairs, as he does very in-depth repairs and explains step by step what he's doing and why. I'm gonna let this install and I'll let you guys know if it works. So far, we are at 58%. We've got the install complete, verification complete, and now it just has to apply it on the console and hopefully we'll be good to go. Still making good progress. It's at 71%. We're down to applying the update now. Usually when this happens, it just goes smoothly, so let's hope that's what it does. And then it should turn off and turn back on, and it should be the intro screen. So let's see if that's what happens. And here we go, it turned off. Now we have the starting screen. So I'm gonna get this thing set up and then I'll retest everything and make sure everything works, but it looks like it's gonna work great for us. Now that we know this thing works, we gotta clean off all this glue residue and this dirt and just see how nice we can get this top cover and the sides looking. It's just covered in glue and adhesive, even on the back it looks like. So we gotta get this looking as nice as possible. I didn't have the time to clean the Xbox One S for my item number 3 that I got in this challenge, and so today I have a little more time to be able to do that. So I want to get this looking really nice so I can get as much money as possible for this one. I don't know how Vince is doing for his item number 5, but I gotta make sure that I do as well as I possibly can on this, because he has done really well with some of his repairs as well. So hopefully this one will go for a high price, but we gotta make it look really nice in order to get that. The products I'm using are just 99% alcohol and then some simple green, and that should take off the vast majority of this residue. What I do for things like these stickers is I give it a good soak in this alcohol and then try and rub it off with a Q-tip. Let's see how that's going to work for us. I can already tell the glue is softening. There's a lot of it there though, so it's going to take some rubbing to get it all off. Now this is in much better condition. There are some marks around this edge here. It looks like maybe something was on top of it and turned or something. So there's some scuffs kind of in a circle here. Other than that, we have all the adhesive off. Everything is looking really good, about as good as I think this Xbox can get. So I think we're ready to get it for sale. So this Xbox One X just needed the hard drive replaced, so we are able to get that done. I will include the cost of the hard drive in the breakdown as far as my profit goes, and I'll put that in the description of the video once this Xbox One X sells.